Dana, do you buy that at all, that they believed Joe Biden when he said he wasn't going to pardon his son all those times?
I mean, I don't know. I think they're pretty truthful guys. They don't seem to shy away from saying what they think. And I guess maybe they did think that. Although if Kamala Harris wasn't in hiding, we might find that this is the one thing she would disagree with Biden about. And maybe she would be able to have an answer to Sunny Hostin next time she's on The View about that. I think that they're all fine with hypocrisy until there's a moment when they think, how could this affect me politically 4 years from now? Or 2 years from now when the primary really gets underway? Or maybe they're even starting now. And Gavin Newsom, I think in some ways, why couldn't he just say, I got 100,000 problems on my to-do list, and this isn't one of them, and move on? They don't have to talk about it. But then they all get on their horse like they're like high and mighty, and it seems hollow.
Yes, but, Jesse, to Dana's point, I think Gavin is going to use anything he can to create more leverage for 2028. That's all he's doing right now. California, even though he's still the governor, it is very much in his rearview mirror, and he's trying to do what Kamala could not, and that is differentiate himself from this administration.
Remember, he apologized for everything Biden did. He was one of the guys that was the only one defending Biden when he was tripping and falling, forgetting where he was. He was the most loyal soldier. Now the election's over and the next one's around the corner, and he's got to come out and say this. So all the Democrats that are running for president in 4 years, they're going to say this. They weren't mad about the pardon. They're just mad they look bad. They're not mad about the pardon. They're mad they bought the lie. They're mad that they had a talking point against Trump that no one was above the law, and that's gone. Or they had a talking point about the Justice Department was so pure and innocent, and then that's gone since Biden just said it was rigged. So the whole thing's political. They're not mad about the fact that the Bidens took bribes from foreign nationals for years and dodged taxes on it. And then lied about it, got caught, covered it up, obstructed justice, and then got away with it. Yeah. Think about this. They got away with it. Biden pardoned his son, and it's done. The Democrats didn't care about the crimes. They sat through the whole movie, eating popcorn, watching the whole thing, and then they were like, yeah, I didn't really like the end.
Is the power of presidential pardon, is it too broad? Is that instrument too powerful?
No, I don't think it's too broad. I think that, I think historically, though, this is quite unusual. And I think that, to pardon someone, before they've even been sentenced, especially in a case where you've pled guilty in one case and the jury has found you guilty, a jury of your peers in another case, kind of robs the American people of a sense of, we've been watching this for years and years, and now Joe's taking it away from us. But I think that Gavin Newsom is a very interesting character. On the one hand, he's always wanted the stage. He's always wants to be on the stage. Do you remember when he wanted to debate DeSantis, and I think he did it on Sean Hannity's show? At least DeSantis wasn't an announced candidate for president. But, Newsom, he's going to be the good boy, and he's not going to say anything, and he's going to do whatever Joe tells him. Well, let me tell you, right now, no one is going to get in front of him for 2028. So he's going to do whatever he needs to do to separate himself from Joe, get out there. I'm the first one who's going to be out there, and I am going to be the one who's going to beat everybody else down because I deserve this. So he's separating himself. But you know what I think is so interesting? That the Democrats are so incredibly focused on this pardon. They care more about this pardon than they did about Afghanistan, where 13 service people died. I mean, it's like...
Do you think it's disingenuous?
What do you think? They don't care.
No, they're just preening,
Yes.
It's make-believe. And now, all of a sudden, the DOJ is weaponized. To the cackling hens on The View, now all of a sudden, they just had it in for Hunter Biden, even though this is Merrick Garland's.
Whom exactly had it in for Hunter Biden? Maybe the landlord he didn't pay rent on, or maybe his child that he doesn't, acknowledge. Maybe they have it in for him, but I don't think they have the swag or the pull. Listen, if you're upset about the pardon on either side, if you're a Republican who's like, I can't believe, or a Democrat, sit down, move on. We all knew this was coming. This isn't the worst thing this administration has done. This is the only thing that we knew they were going to do. They took him at his word. On which day? Like his word will change, his memory changes. His most famous word this entire administration, his entire time was "don't." So don't fall for this. This is glitz and glam. We need to watch what's happening, what's going on. He cut off coaling. There's World War III is about to break out, and we're arguing about the one thing we knew he was going to do. Jesse has been calling this since day one. I get credit for calling the election the way I did, but you have been calling this pardon stuff from day one. It was wonderful reporting.
Maybe I did.
Yeah.
Maybe I have.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have too.
I think it's wholly unsurprising, but maybe he thinks this is good for his legacy. Maybe he thinks people will look at him as a family guy who just tried to save his son.
No.
Well, I would love it if the taxpayers got paid back in the meantime.
For that and everything else, here, taxation is theft.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.